Gotta wear a mask when you're out Walmart. You can't even show your nose so you can get a little bit of air. Shit's gotta be covered like this. Every single person's wearing a mask like this. Problem is, if you don't, you can't come in. That's the problem with society. We work in numbers. If everybody disagrees, you can't do shit. Problem is, we don't even have a little resistance. Everyone's gotta fucking wear this garbage and no one's gonna take it off. You know, we don't have an opinion, we don't have an option. You gotta do what they tell you and that's about it. I'm not doing that shit. I got my own beliefs. I ain't no sheep and I don't man. So.
In this video, we're going to talk about the corruption and the lies of coronavirus. Every major event is one step closer to achieving a rise of the corporate America and a fall of the cultural, religious values, the destruction of families, and the systemic implementation of a new world order. Coronavirus is just another step on the ladder, a notch on the belt, and a chip on the shoulders of those that play a role in the movement of the agenda. It's not enough that when we're born, our birth certificates are registered on the stock market and we're looked at as a dollar sign. But now we have to wear masks everywhere we go and get sprayed down with alcohol for the sake of stopping a man-made disease. This is not the first time scarcity has been used to pass laws, invade countries, and regulate and control people. So when we opt in and we agree to quarantine, what we're really doing is we're agreeing to a house arrest mandated by the government. We've all agreed on social distancing, but there's nothing really social about forced isolation. You know, collapsing the economy, killing millions of businesses that pre-COVID were already struggling. And if you're one of many that seem to conform to anything that you're told and believe that this is normal, there's nothing really normal about forced isolation, treating people like they got SARS, which is also man-made. So instead of educating the masses on how to strengthen one's immune system to prevent COVID, we force people to wear masks, breathe in toxins that our bodies are made to expel, which in turn lowers our immune system. Last year, an average of 400,000 people died of the flu. 1.5 million people died of tuberculosis. Any reason why we weren't wearing masks then? Because it wasn't the right time to enforce it. So what's really happening is we have voluntarily opted into participating in a beta test for AI system and facial recognition. Cameras everywhere, around every corner, on every street, claiming that we need it for our own safety. What we didn't know, they have full access to all of these cameras. Now it's time to test how good they work. So the cameras work best when people are distant apart. Now they're actually testing through machine learning how to recognize faces that are potentially covered. It's also a way to easily recognize people that are conforming to the laws. Funny enough that this is all happening, the government is laying out 5G networks all over because it's the only technology that will work on facial recognition. So let's do the math. First, they scare the people into believing that there's a threat. Sounds like 9/11 to me. Shut down the economy, giving free money to those that are sitting at home, further setting the economy to a spiral downwards, collapsing businesses, isolating everyone, implementing a 5G network during the pandemic when no one's looking, mandating face masks for AI technology and AI testing. And the next steps coming is solving the problem that they have created, which is collapsing the world economy. Their solution's gonna be a one world currency, which is digital currency, so invest into cryptocurrency if you really want to make some money, RFID chips, and mandated vaccines if you want the freedom to travel. According to the World Health Organization, an estimated of 40 to 50 million abortions happened last year. That's approximately 125,000 abortions every day. So coming from a society that kills millions of babies every single year, they shut down to prevent adults from dying. I'm not buying that. If anybody was to attempt to violate the quarantine order or the stay-at-home order, they'll be arrested. But on the other hand, they're letting convicted criminals out of jail to prevent them from getting COVID. If there's really a pandemic, why are we having rigged test results and manipulated death certificates? The issue here is not the government. The issue is the level of education that we are opting into ourselves. Instead of standing up together and doing what's right, we are conforming to what is being told to us. We would rather line up at Walmart and fight over toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and facial masks. Just ask yourself a couple questions. Do you really care about what is happening in your life? And if you don't, do you care about what's happening or what's going to happen in your children's life? The world is controlled by money, power, and corruption. power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So what we need to understand is that we don't run the world. We are governed by statutes and laws and by people that are enforcing these lies for an agenda. Everybody has a plan. Some of us, most of us, if not all of us, run on a very small, minute, tiny plan. But who creates the system? Why they create the system? What are their beliefs? What is their agenda? Don't want to look at it? Then ride the wave. So if you don't want to wear a mask, it's uncomfortable. If you don't want to take the mandatory vaccines that are going to be implemented very soon, it's uncomfortable. But sometimes you got to have a little personality. Be yourself, you know? Have something to stand up for. But you got to make a decision on, am I going to be standing on the right path, or am I going to be on my knees bowing down to a system that is absolutely corrupt by absolutely corrupt leaders? And that's about it. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe, turn the bell notification on, and stay tuned to the next videos. Share, like, and comment if you feel like it. If you don't like the video, oh well.